All right. What happens when you when you miss a really super key component? Like a Torrontes being floral. How do you miss a Torrontes being floral? Well, I did. And then I just kind of went off the reins. So I talked a lot about this wine being a Melon de Bourgogne because it was lean. There was a little bit of fatness that I thought might have been some lees, which I was like, oh, what does lees? Muscadet. Let's go Muscadet. There was a little metallic sandiness to the minerality, which maybe that is what I need to pay attention to for that weird kind of rubbery chemical-y thing that happens in Torrontes sometimes. But it's floral, it's grapey, it's dry. It's really not a big minerality, and that acidity is up there, but it's not high like a Melon de Bourgogne would be. Yeah, it just, I kind of went off the rails, and I think, I've got to pay more attention to those two structures of those wines, and the structure of the acidity in both of them, because they're clearly different, and, an aromatic wine versus a neutral wine, obviously a big tipper, and all the fruit that I did talk about is not going to be there on Melon de Bourgogne. So I kind of got tripped up and missing that floral. Again, I don't know how I missed it. It's like right up front in the glass once you smell it. Knowing what a wine is, it's always going to taste right, but that's okay. We're going to move on, and we're going to taste red now. So this is a red wine. Whoop. It is red. It has some purpley highlights. There is staining, medium staining. It is medium concentration, medium plus. I can't read through it really, but clear, no evidence of sediment or gas. Wine is, moving to the nose, clean. Moderate intensity, and the fruit character we got here is reds, blacks, cherries, plums, blackberries, red berries, raspberries, ripe to tart, because it's more plum skin, so there's that, all in kind of a youthful vein with that fruit. There is a little bit of fresh or dried herbs here. I've got earthiness, forest flora, a little bit of compost, a little potting soil. It's kind of a clean smell. There is a little hint of something sweet spice here, but not a big overwhelming. I think this if it has Sienna oak, it's kind of older, larger, and French. So moving to the palate. This wine is a little more vicious on the palate than it was on the nose. It is it is dry. Ooh, it is herbal. That is it's a little more now than it was on the nose. But it is almost all fruit at this point. So there's lots of cranberries, cherries, tart, much more tart fruit, way less black. There's a crispness and a tartness to it. A little bit of spice, just a hint of leather. And less of that like forest floor or funky earth. It's all like clean potting soil at this point. Doubling down on the older, larger French oak. Wine is dry. The tannins are right up front. They're on the tip of my tongue, edge of my tongue, back of my teeth. Medium minus, medium tannins. Medium plus acidity. Mouth is definitely still watering. Alcohol, medium minus. There's not a lot of alcohol here. So body is going to be medium, but with a real lean texture. It is kind of stripping. Pretty balanced, but a little more acidity, and with a medium minus finish. Like the texture kind of sticks around, but the wine itself, the flavors, everything else, it just leaves my tongue feeling a little tingly and a little ripped. Medium plus complexity. There's a lot of stuff to talk about here, and it changes from nose to palate. So possible grape varieties. Lord. So red fruited wines with a really interesting ripping acidity and some strange, like aggressive tingly tannins on it, with, what did I say for alcohol? Medium medium minus. Old World. I think the color and the staining could be. I think the style of this is French. So looking at Cabernet Franc, because of just the weirdness of it. Cabernet Franc, Chignon, Loire Valley, Gamay, Beaujolais, Burgundy, France. Grenache gets you some red grapes. Pinot Noir gets you some red grapes. This doesn't really feel like those, but Pinot Noir would be a decent guess for Burgundy. Pretty youthful, I think 3 to 5 years. So 2017. Final conclusion, I think this is a Beaujolais. I think this is from Juliana, one of the Cru Beaujolais in Burgundy. What did I say? 2017. Final conclusion, 2017, Burgundy, Beaujolais, Juliana, Gamay, France. Yeah, let's do that. All right. Thanks, y'all.